Welcome to my placement vlog. My name is Jack Heffernan and I'm here in Rockwell College where I have assumed the role of lead S&C coach for the Junior Cup team. This evening on the agenda we have a full body gym session where I will be teaching the athletes to barbell bench press for the first time ever. So I'm really looking forward to that. Then later on we'll be on the pitch here behind me where I will warm the athletes up for about 10 minutes. That warm-up will include a general body warm-up, followed by some speed mechanics and then a speed exposure before we jump straight into rugby. I hope you enjoy. Here you can see a time lapse of a gym session that I undertook with the Junior Cup rugby squad. So in our pre-season we've had 2 training days per week, an hour in the gym and an hour on the pitch on each evening. Because of this, I've opted for a full body split twice a week. As you can see here this evening, we had a 5-minute prep to train, just covering full body activation and mobility. Then we moved straight on to the barbell bench press. Of course, this was their first evening of the barbell bench press, so I gave a demonstration and then some technical cues just to get the lads on their way to the first barbell bench press. And then for the duration of that first superset, then I was just hopping around the gym as much as I possibly could while the lads were getting a little bit of weight on the bar and feeling out the first time barbell bench pressing. But I would say overall it's gone fairly well, as for the last while we've been hammering a lot of push-up, band and even dumbbell bench variations just to get the strength and coordination up so they could progress onto that barbell bench press. For the rest of the session then it was your typical supersets and trisets, just getting through a full body split as efficiently as possible. As you can see, we're on the pitch here now and we're starting our warm-up before our rugby session. So as we've already had a prep to train and then an arduous enough full body gym session, I've decided not to go too heavy on activation mobilization here. I've just upped the body temperature and we jump straight into speed mechanics. Over the last 8 weeks in our preseason, I've been using a lot of really simple speed mechanics drills to get the lads just well acquainted with the whole concept of speed mechanics, really, because 8 weeks ago I'd say 75-80% of this squad had never done anything to do with speed mechanics before. So as you can see in this video here, something really simple like A-march hold is actually stimulating for them. Just even the thought and the proprioception of having to keep your opposite arm and opposite leg all the time, keeping a brace in the core, toe up, knee height correct, and then the opposite arm action as well, all while keeping your eyes down range, is challenging enough for them. So the theme of this session, it was a Friday evening, so it was a defensive focus session, and so I kept the speed mechanics movements in the warm up a lot more shorter and sharper. I suppose kind of defensive specific, especially in rugby, like a little bit of a hard acceleration and some lateral movement is going to be relevant to the task at hand, and the 5-meter acceleration with a back pedal as well is relevant, of course. I like to as well, if it's even something as simple as a 5-meter acceleration drill. If you're loading up the front leg and exploding off, you may as well get your athletes to call, like for example, our line speed call is ready, 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 axe. So, and it's something the rugby coaches like to see as well, to integrate the rugby language into your athletic development warm up has been really helpful, I found. It helps with the athletes to buy in as well and understand why we're actually doing this stuff. And considering this Friday evening was just more shorter, sharper movements and change of direction type of drills. Obviously really simple, nothing too complex as they're so early on in their training age yet when it comes to actual speed mechanics and change of direction development. But on a Monday night, typically I would give them more of a straight line speed exposure. So I'd start off with the typical acceleration stuff still, but I'd build it up into, let's say, from the try line to the 22, just build, and take them to hit 75 or 80% by the 22 and hold it to the 10. Just trying to get some speed into those hamstrings before we actually start our season. Of course, speed exposure once or twice a week is a really good vaccine for hamstring health. And then, of course, you just want to develop your max velocity kind of upright mechanics. and keeping strong in that position so we can propel ourselves forward over the ground. And the lads have been doing really well at that. In fairness to them, they're buying into it, thankfully. So hopefully this video has given you a good insight to what I get up to here in Rockwell College. Obviously, I'm the lead S&C for the Junior Cup coach now, which is a nice role to have, considering I just started shadowing here back in January. So I'm really happy with how fast that role has developed for me. Going forward, then we have our first match on the 3rd of September, so I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully we can have a strong season with this team. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.